Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator with the one and only Cookie Pirate. Today, we're going out to the hot southwest. We're going to be flying from Prescott, Arizona to Chandler, Arizona. 45 minutes in the air. 9,500 feet VFR. So climb aboard and let's go flying. This is kind of cool music. Great visibility, the wind is 210 at 10 knots. And we're back in the diamond. And the last one I did was the citation longitude. It's kind of cool flying the jet, but we're back in the diamond, plane I really enjoy flying in the simulator. Let's go ahead and run through the pre-flight checklist here. Parking brake is set, fuel valve is, or selector is set to normal. Power is idle, alternate air is off, electric master is off, avionics off, essential bus off, engine master off, and guarded, fuel pumps off, voder at auto. All lights off on the top. Excuse me. Emergency switch is locked or off and guarded. ELT is armed. Circuit breakers are in. Flap selector is up. Pitot heat fuel transfer systems are off. And we have fuel, passengers, and cargo all loaded aboard. Onto cockpit preparation. Let's turn the electric master to on. Wait for the AHRS to align. Cockpit instrument and floodlights not needed. We'll check the flight controls after the wings level. The AHRS check. Radios not needed. G1000 is coming on. We'll initialize on this here. Fuel quantities checked. Total time in service is 17.3. Again, power lever is idle. We can turn the strobe lights on. We're just waiting for the AHRS to align. Rudder, elevator, ailerons, all good. Back into the cockpit here. Prop area, immediate vicinity is clear. We'll turn the engine master on. Wait for the glow indication to clear. Alright, it's good. Clear! Engine is started, oil pressure is up into the green, temperature is at the top of the yellow, that's good. Voltage and electrical load look good, RPMs are at just above 900, and we're also at high elevation, so that happens more. Pitot heat on, check the voltage, or amperage rather, it's okay, turn pitot heat back off, avionics on, that looks good there. Alright, let's check our flaps. Down to half, good. Down to full, good. All the way up, good. Alright, let's set them to half and we'll leave them there for taxi and takeoff. Position lights on. Let's go ahead and set up the FLC. We are going at 9,500. FLC will set to climb out at 88 knots. Alright, altimeter is set. It is 30 Celsius on the ground here. Artificial horizon is good. Altitude mode, we're squawking VFR. Engine temperatures are looking good. Taxi light on. Release the parking brake. And we are good to start taxiing. We're gonna go to, I believe, 2 on right. Oh, whoops. That's the wrong lever. Okay, yeah, 2 on left is up here, and 2 on right actually starts back here, but we're not going to taxi all the way down there. We can actually take an intersection departure. Come on, power up. It's my parking brake. It's released. Nah, now we're moving. We may be going uphill or something. Brakes are good. We'll give ourselves just a little more distance out this way. Actually, no, because that's going to be a long taxi all the way to the end. We don't need half of the runway to take off. Let's go ahead and hold position here. Alright, we're good there. Let's go ahead and set the parking brake. Before takeoff checklist here, trim is set to take off, flaps are set to take off. Real quick on the flight controls again, rudder, elevator, ailerons are all good. Back into the cockpit, power is idle, engine instruments look good. Pitot heat not needed, fuel pump on, landing light on, taxi light off, transponder mode code check, so we are 1200 in altitude, that is good. Runway 21 left is going to be a right turn to take off to the southwest in that direction. Let's go ahead and set runway heading. 211. Parking brake is released to taxi out onto the runway. It's going to be a right-hand turn. We'll line up. We will hold the brakes, powerful, full throttle forward, and we'll let go of the brakes and accelerate. Our rotate speed VR 69 knots, so we will lift the nose up at 69. We'll lift off the ground in the low 70s. We'll climb out at 80 to 800 feet above the ground. It's 5,800 feet on our altimeter setting. And at that point, we will go ahead and engage the autopilot. And let's get aligned there. No runway incursion. Alright, holding the brakes, let's go full power. Takeoff power is set. Why are we only getting 77% here? It could be the altitude, but we're looking good. Let's go ahead and release the brakes. Little bit of rudder, just to correct kind of the sway there. Our airspeed is alive, engine instruments are looking good. There, our load power has gone up to 92%. We have a high density altitude, so it is taking us a little bit longer to reach our speed. 67, there's 69, we can lift off, we're off the ground at 72. We have a positive rate of climb. Let's bring the flaps up. And we're pitching for 80 knots. There's 80 knots. This is actually... this is a tough climb, and I can explain this in just a minute. Let me get up to altitude safely. We'll engage the autopilot. $200 feet to go, and then we'll engage. We'll lower the nose a little bit. We're not getting much climb performance right now. I'll explain this in a second. Alright, there's 5,800. Let's go ahead and engage. And autopilot, FLC is on, altitude is set, nav is not set, so we need to set that. Let's do a heading select, actually, just to kind of turn. Okay, we can go ahead and zoom out on the map. Alright, climb checklist, we have 95% power, so we can leave that there. Fuel pumps can come off, we can turn the landing light off. And we're kind of just circling over here. What I really could have done is just go out on a heading and just turn to the left. I looped it back around thinking it was the other way. Flown past the indicator, so it was not... It wasn't set up for that. But we'll just fly this course. Get a good view of the airport right down here that we just took off of. And we'll turn back and intercept in a moment here. Coming up about 2,000 feet above the ground. Alright, so the reason this did want it to accelerate, and why it was climbing out so slow, is there's something called density altitude. So, number one, we're starting at a high elevation airport, so 5,000 feet. You're not going to get the same climb performance at 5,000 feet as you are at an airport that's lower, like closer to sea level. The other thing is because not only at high elevation, but because it is so warm at that high elevation, that makes the air make it seem like we were taking off at 5,000 feet, but the heat coupled with that makes it seem more like we were taking off closer to maybe 8 to 9,000 feet is the kind of takeoff and climb performance that we experienced. Now, if it had been cold up at this elevation, we probably wouldn't have felt that much of a difference. But because it's so warm, it's 30 Celsius on the ground there. And I mean, coming up here, not quite to 8,500, but it's still 17 Celsius, which is quite warm for this altitude. But that's why we get that kind of effective performance. Alright, we have reached our cruise altitude of 9,500 feet. We're going to let the airplane accelerate a bit. It does look like it's a little bit bumpy over this way. We've intercepted our GPS track. We accelerate and... oh, there's a bit of a headwind. Kind of odd that there's a headwind going that way, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is what it is, so... now if we turn and look back this way, this is the city of Prescott down here. Take a look outside the cockpit. And there's the airport. Yeah, you can see the aircraft kind of getting bounced a little bit. We've accelerated up into the yellow and we should get out of that. We're going to pull the power back down to 75%. Let's go ahead and put the fuel transfer on early. Our speed is kind of stabilizing right here. 15 knot headwind, so we're doing about 134 across the ground. Which is a little bit disappointing. Because we're getting really good speed up here. But it is kind of bumpy. That's pretty over the mountains, though. And we kind of just want to be careful that we don't really go much over green, because it is a little bit bumpy up here. And when there's light turbulence, you don't want to be above the top of the green. When there's moderate turbulence, or worse, you don't really want to be above what is called VA or VO. Which, in this plane, if we look right down here, it tells us, it depends on the weight. VO, okay. It was VA when I learned to fly 15 years ago. And I think VO is something kind of new. Maybe not. Maybe there's just kind of been a little bit of a change to... but they're basically the same. The only difference is VO is standing for operating maneuvering, and VA is design maneuvering. But anyway, 113 above 2,600 pounds, 108 below 2,600, and I don't know how much our plane weighs right now. I'm going to weight and balance, and it should tell us. 2,300. Okay, yeah. So we would want to slow down to 108 if the turbulence got worse. But with it right now, it's fairly light, so as long as we stay below the yellow. There's a lot of changes in. Try to get the speed to stabilize a little bit. The problem is we keep... I think it has to do a little bit with the turbulence. It's stabilizing now. .8 gallons per hour. We've got about a half hour to go. So I'm going to let this run just another moment. And then we'll switch it off, and then by the time we get ready to descend, we should have pretty even fuel. This is Prescott, and we're going down here to Chandler. We're going right over the city of Phoenix, and actually through Phoenix's airspace. We'll be able to see, it's a large international airport. It's going to be right off our right wing on our descent into Chandler. Going to be some cool views. We'll go over the mountains, and then we'll hit this valley here. We really enter the Bravo about a little more than halfway into the flight, so we're not too far removed from it. We can go ahead and turn that off now. This is pretty. And all the deserts and stuff. And the mountains. I love flying around the mountains because it's just such gorgeous scenery. Absolutely beautiful. Mountains out there, a little bit of haze. I think that's actually kind of where the Phoenix area starts. If we had turned and gone north instead of south, we'd actually be over the Grand Canyon in 45 minutes from Prescott. I'd like to do some flying up there. There's really cool places out that way. I mean, Lake Havasu's out to the, kind of from where we are, the west to, excuse me, the northwest. Grand Canyon is pretty much straight north. Flagstaff, Sedona. Sedona's really pretty, actually. And it's a very short flight over from Prescott. That's a flight we could do someday. It's from like Sedona up to the Grand Canyon. I'm just gonna plot that out real quick and see. Just for fun. Grand Canyon National, or there's Grand Canyon Bar 10 Airstrip, Grand Canyon West. Ton of different places. So just looking from Sedona to Grand Canyon, it is 34. It's actually probably about 27 minutes in the diamond. Just across from Saddle Mountain. And there are special flight rules over the Grand Canyon just because of the amounts of tours and all this other stuff. So the airspace gets really cluttered. And so they have very special rules that you have to follow if you are not operating like as an air tour of the Grand Canyon. So if you're just flying over it for the heck of it, or in transit over it and you're below 18,000 feet, you have to comply with the special rules. I don't know what they are. I've never really looked into them. But that could be something interesting to look up sometime and do something in the simulator. Showing 25 minutes en route. Still about a 15 to 16 knot headwind, which is kind of unfortunate up here. If we had a tailwind, it would be really nice. That's pretty, out that way. That's actually really neat. There's a lake there, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. Oh, no, I see it. Lake Pleasant, it's called. Okay. And again, we're getting bumped around a little bit, but, well, it's hot. We're over the mountains. Kind of to be expected. Let's just take a look at what we've got at Chandler, wind 180 at 5, so we're probably going to come in and land to the southwest. We have 22 left and 22 right. We'll probably take 22 right if available. Because that's closer to parking when we turn off the runway. We could land on the left and then just cross the right over to the tie down. But they have the FBO with some fuel and stuff like that on the main ramp. Approach-wise, we probably won't need to do them, but it's runway 4. Yeah. That's not going to do us any favors. So we'll probably just plan on flying visual. And so be it. It's good to get some, some visual flight practice coming in for the approach. Turn off the autopilot and just hand fly the plane down to the runway. About 23 minutes en route still. Yeah, that's pretty out that way. Getting close to the halfway point, that's the Phoenix airspace. The airfield elevation is 1,243 feet. Always looking for new places to go fly. I decided to do something instead of Alaska today. Because we've been doing a lot of Alaska flights, and it's really fun. But I like to change it up a little bit. Actually very hot up there today. It's nearly 80 degrees Fahrenheit, like 26, 27 Celsius.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in our
I'd like to do some flying down in New Zealand. That'd be a lot of fun.
coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain tonight. We gonna let it rain tonight. We gonna let it just like the sunrise. We gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in
We're actually currently above the Class Bravo airspace. Its ceiling is 9,000 feet. So we're actually pretty good, but we'll have to descend through it here in a bit. They probably have some sort of special procedures to go through the Phoenix airspace in the real world. Yeah. Sky Ranch at Carefree. That's a cool little name. Kind of some of the suburbs starting out up here at Phoenix. There's some mountain ridges and stuff. Most of the mountains are behind us. And south of Phoenix, it flattens out a bit. And then the terrain kind of picks up further to the southeast, closer to Tucson, which is down toward the bottom part of the state. But let's just take a look around out here. Yeah, you can start to see there's the Scottsdale Airport. Phoenix Sky Harbor, I believe, is down here somewhere. It'll be off our right. We go over it, and we're going further down. But yeah, we're starting to get close to the... Well, really starting out to get right over some of these northern suburbs of Phoenix. Places like Carefree, Scottsdale. That's pretty cool. See the scenery kind of starting to get just a little bit blocky, but it still looks pretty good overall. Scottsdale. I believe Falcon Field is out here somewhere. This may be Chandler. And... oh, yeah, okay. This is downtown Phoenix right over here. And I think this is Sky Harbor, which is the international airport. 12 minutes en route. We need to descend 8,000 feet to get to the airport. So we're going to hold the heading, or hold the altitude for right now, but I'm just going to go ahead and set this dial down to 2,500. Actually, airport elevation 1,200. Set at 23. Yeah, oh yeah, there it is. Sky Harbor International. These haven't quite rendered up. This is all downtown Phoenix. Some of the mountains. You can see these mountains rising out over the city from the Sky Harbor International Terminal. Alright, just a couple more minutes here. We'll go ahead and pull the power and begin our descent. And I'm thinking what we'll do is set up a 140 just to give ourselves set up a little bit for a base leg into Chandler. Let's just see what the weather is saying in the sim. .180 at 5. 40. It's 104 degrees Fahrenheit. 40 degrees Celsius on the ground. And 2979 on the altimeter, and it is 3008 up there. Wow. Okay. Scottsdale Airport right there. Now off our right wing we'll get a really good view of Phoenix International when we descend. Alright, let's go ahead and set a gradual descent. FLC on at 120. We'll pull the power back and just begin a gradual. Looking to descend about 900 feet per minute. Just a little bit. It'll stable out a bit. Alright, let's begin a descent checklist here real quick. Only things that we really need to do. We have our landing data. The altimeter is 2979, so we actually need to turn that down.
People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way.
Fuel transfer is good. We'll turn the fuel pump on when we get a little closer to the ground and the landing light. Parking brake is confirmed, released.
Let's all take
Let's go ahead and do a heading select. The wind is going to push us a little. But this'll turn us out just a little bit to kind of get us set up for this kind of a nice extended base leg.
We will always take a stand for the people, for the land. Let's go back to when we were young. For the animals we stand.
Just take a look right out here.
Back to when trees were
There's buildings around that little hill.
kids across the lake.
There's Sky Harbor,
Savannah.
and then downtown Phoenix is over here. It's kind of covered up by the wing right now.
Savannah. The beauty of the world. Savannah. Let's all take a ride. Savannah. I'm coming home. Savannah. We'll never be alone. Savannah. The beauty of the world. Savannah. Let's all take a ride. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger.
Yeah, there's a better view of downtown and the airport. There's a couple stadiums out this way. One of them I think is the football stadium, and I think that's it right there actually. One of the college stadiums. That's still pretty cool though. You get on the ground over there, and that airport is modeled quite well. To my knowledge, it's just not rendering fully at the moment. I think it's one of the airports that gets like highly detailed as part of the sim. Alright, so that's Gateway Airport. And Chandler is this. Oh, wait a minute. Well, yeah, there's Stellar Air Park. Gila River Memorial. So Chandler should be. It's just off our right. It should be like right up over here. I don't think that's it. Oh, here it is. I've got it. Yeah, it's right here. Ha! That's tough to make that out. Oh yeah, look right here, the lakes, I guess it's called. Because you have these like miniature lakes. That's cool. I bet these houses are really nice. get us set up a little bit further. Pull the power out a little more to steepen the descent.
In my head again, you had your heart set on me, but these feels they come and go, and they come so easily.
It's starting to get a little bit bumpier over here.
It's about you that I can't forget, but you're breaking down my walls again, just to set me free. Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you are? We always
I see a lot of pools and I can understand why. It's super hot over here. 33 Celsius, still about 1,500 feet or so above the ground. Yeah. Yeah, it is getting bumpy though. Yeah, so we're gonna land on the right and try to park like over here. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is zoom in on this. Disconnect the autopilot, and we're gonna get ready to fly. Take the power out and just level off here. Stuttering a bit as it's loading. Holy cow! Alright, we have the speed that we can go ahead and put flaps in down to half. Add a little bit of power here. I don't want to descend too much. We don't really want to get like more than 600 to 700 feet below that above the ground until we're on final. So we don't want to go like below this. Let's go ahead and turn toward the airport. Good base leg. Turn to final. Oh man, this is stuttering just a lot though. And we can take the power out. We're plenty high, so we can actually come down a bit. We're below 98, we can drop full flaps. So let's go ahead. Confirm full flaps are in. Fuel pump on. Landing light on. Park and brake confirmed release, and we are good to continue down. A little bit high. So we can actually come back to idle on the power. Alright, let's level off a bit. Fly the glide slope the rest of the way. A little low now. Just a little low. Not bad. We're a little slow, only at 72, 73. Now let's come up a bit. 200 above the ground, we're stable, we'll continue. This is looking fine. Power idle. Hit the ground just a little fast. Alright. Not a bad landing. Gotta roll. Laps up. Fuel pump off. On the brakes. And hopefully we can make this turn right here. Yes.
Empty hearts and neon lights. They're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight.
Clear.
Oh, I wanna run off and fly. I don't tell myself it's fine to be alone.
We'll go ahead and taxi this way. Landing light off, taxi light on. And again, the other checklists are looking good. Fuel pump is off. Transponder we can set to standby. And these are off. Flaps are back up. Right. can turn in over here. I don't know why my sim was stuttering like that for that bit of time that it was. Probably just had a whole lot to load. Whoa, hello! Yeah, we'll park back over here. Kinda in line with this here. Kinda neat. The tower's right there. Yeah, we'll squeeze right between these two planes. Okay, let's go ahead and set the parking brake. We are on the ground and we are all set here. Alright, we did that after landing checklist, so the parking brake is set, power below 10% for a minute. ELT armed. Total time in service, we are looking at 18.1. It's about 48 minutes on the engine here. Avionics master off. Taxi lights off. We'll leave those on until we shut down. Engine master can come off. Guard. 45 minutes flight time. Position and strobe lights off. Engine is confirmed shut down. We're good to go ahead and turn the electric master off. Well, that's it for this flight, folks. Welcome to Chandler, Arizona. Thanks for flying with me. I hope to have you aboard on the next one. And until then, take care and stay safe. We'll see ya.